make it work. So how's things with yourselves and with the rest of the band? You okay?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Oh, excellent. So can we start right at the beginning? What was your music influences growing up? What music did you like listening to, and what got you into wanting to become a musician?
Well, I always played, instruments since I was a kid. Started off with more classical instruments like the accordion and stuff. And then as I, started listening more to music, I started listening more to rock music, and then I kind of wanted to play, other instruments, which ended up being drums. And I always enjoyed playing with other people, even when I was a kid. I think that's more fun. And yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I started listening to all those like big names like Guns N' Roses and Metallica and stuff, and I really got into music by playing countless of hours in my uncle's garage, just like playing covers until we were super tired and stuff, and that pretty much gave me like experience to know the guitar and stuff, and then I went into searching for more bands in the subgenre area, and found myself kind of in that stone rock genre, and began to write and listening to a lot of those bands.
Can you remember what was the first either CD or vinyl you bought?
Oh yeah, my first ever vinyl I bought was "And Justice for All" by Metallica. So that was pretty cool, just having always collected CDs and then just getting the cover in big, just looking at it. Was
I can't remember the first vinyl that I had, but the first CD that I got was Nevermind by Nirvana. Got it for my birthday, and
yes,
it's a classic.
It's a great CD. What do you prefer? Do you prefer listening to CDs, or like myself? I'm a massive vinyl collector, so I like
massive vinyl collectors also, so we prefer the vinyl.
The main reason we're always broke is because we're regulars at the local vinyl store, and so it's vinyl all the way for all of us in the band, I think.
Yeah, I totally understand where you're coming from. Like when I grew up, you won't believe it, right? When I say I'm a massive music fan, I mean it in the sense of I've got such a massive taste, going from Neil Diamond all the way to Mayhem.
Yeah.
So, for me, growing up, my very first single, which I bought, I had a voucher, and it was Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And after that, I shouldn't really be saying this on. I'll have the police knocking on my door, but my mate who's sadly died, going back quite a few years. We used to have a shop called Woolworths. And he would go in there, and this is way before barcodes and anything like that. And he used to have a sticker on the actual record or on the tape, and he would go and swap them. So my very first my very first vinyl I bought was Kiss, the best of.
Yeah.
And but my very first thing I ever bought was Love Gun, and that was for 50 odd pence because my mate went and changed the sticker.
Yeah.
So
A good way.
Yeah,
Good way to get a discount.
Yeah, they never checked. They just go, yeah, 50 pence. Oh, yes. And yeah, it used to be a bugger because he used to put, when you weren't looking, he would put a bloody, like a tape into your pocket and all that.
Yeah.
So you go out, you go, oh, can I have that tape which is in your pocket? You're like, oh, what tape? And you'd go like that, and he'd go, yeah, that's the one. He used to bloody, oh, he was a nightmare, but an amazing guy.
Yeah.
So, going forward, what was it like for yourselves releasing and recording an album during the pandemic?
Well, it was because we kind of we're about to release our second album, and kind of both of these albums, our first one and this one, kind of stretched through the pandemic. We started recording the first one in the summer of 2018. Yeah. And we finished recording it in 2019.
Oh yeah.
And then by the time it was finally like finished, but we didn't have a label, but we had a finished product. So then we thought like, okay, now we're just gonna go, label hunting. And almost just as we were about to do that, COVID hit. Labels were and still are having a tough time. So that kind of influenced or had an effect on that, on like how we were going to release the album. But luckily enough, we found a label which were nice enough to let us into their family.
Yeah.
And we managed to get that out. But regarding recording stuff in the pandemic, I mean, that's kind of the best way to spend this time is in the studio, is being creative and recording. So that was which was part of the reason this new EP that we're about to release. We recorded that in just weeks because we had nothing better to do.
Yeah. Do you find it difficult trying to meet up? What's like COVID restrictions like where you were from?
Right now they're fine. Yeah, capacity of 200 people right now, but we always kept on rehearsing through it all. Though it was like maybe
10 people.
10 people or yeah, that's the minimum.
Yeah, when we had the 10 people restrictions, I think 2 times. But it's just the 3 of us. We stay safe, and I mean, of course, we had to cancel a bunch of concerts like every other band, and I mean that affected that. But regarding going to the studio and meeting up for practice, COVID really didn't have an effect on that, I would say. Mainly the everything else part.
Yeah. So it's so have you been able to meet up of late and get doing some rehearsals or anything like that, or you haven't got anything planned at the moment?
Well, now we are seeing, because hopefully the pandemic is slowing down a bit, or at least changing. So we are kind of just now. I mean, we had a European tour planned later this month, which sadly had to be postponed. But we are, now we're just in the progress of, planning the summer, planning concerts here in Iceland, and because hopefully there are going to be festivals here this summer, and so that is kind of just what we're doing now, because we are seeing restrictions are easing off, and so now we can plan. Like, we've kind of been holding it off to plan big things while this is going on. We have it behind our ears, and we're in the position of like making a move when we can, which is kind of what we're doing now.
So have you made any future plans for the tour to start? Whereabouts are you going to just focus on mainland Europe, or?
Well, the things we have planned up now, we're going to have a little bit of just like a little release like event for our new album in a record store called Lucky Records here in downtown Reykjavik, and then we're also going to have a release show for the album later in March, then the end of March, I think. Yeah. And with the tour with Vintage Caravan, we don't know the date yet, so.
No, but we will be joining them on the mainland, but then we are also because we have toured in the UK a bit, mainly in Scotland, and that's definitely something that we will be doing. We're not sure when. That's one of the things that we are like discussing now. But we will definitely do playing shows in the UK, hopefully as soon as possible. But I think with all tours and shows abroad, if I find it likely, it won't be happening until after the summer at least, but hopefully as soon as we can after that. So
during this difficult period with COVID and all that, have you had much support from the record label? Are they giving you the full backing with your EP release? And what's the stance with the label at the moment?
Well, it's great because we really weren't even planning on releasing this EP to begin with. It was, we kind of wanted to release some new music, but it was great having them, kind of, support us and being like, you know what, you should release an EP, which we hadn't thought about that. Otherwise, we would just maybe have released a single, like a one song or something. But when they gave us that idea, pitched that in, I mean, that made perfect sense because we had the songs, and we had time to spare. We weren't playing that many shows. So yeah, I would say like their support in the pandemic has been very good. And because especially in that case that everyone knows that labels all around the world are having, difficulties at the moment and for the past years.
Especially small labels.
Yeah, especially small labels.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult for them because they need to keep the momentum going, especially with new bands which have signed to them. But what I'm finding through all these interviews and all that is that the support from the labels is being brilliant. There's been no bands which have had difficulties with the label, so it's a good positive thing that that they're not on top and pressurizing the bands, especially during this difficult time.
Definitely.
Finally, you mentioned the UK. What's the plans going forward? Are you looking at doing a full tour of the UK, or are you going to concentrate just on festivals in the UK? What plans have you got?
Well, we have mainly because we've been there twice, and we have a very good. We have our guy in Scotland called Duncan Mountain, which is a promoter, and he took us over like even before we had released anything. So
Yeah.
we were just playing at these small venues, but still it was great. And then the next time we came, the venues got a bit bigger and the places got, you know, more places that we played in. Regarding our plans, we really haven't. I mean, it would be great to have like be playing at festivals for sure.
Yeah.
But that is something that's also something that has been kind of hard now with COVID, because there's so many festivals that have been postponed.
Yeah.
2 times, 3 times, maybe even.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard being basically any band, but especially small band, applying for a festival, because they keep, you know, they don't want to bail on the bands that were supposed to play.
Yeah.
So hopefully one day, maybe next year or something, we will be able to play some festivals in the UK. But I think the next time we go over there, we will probably just, you know, play at clubs with hopefully local bands and stuff like that.
And also Duncan, our guy in the UK, he has always stepped the venues up for us, you know, like always bigger venues, and he's been also like booking really great big bands recently. So when we get back there, it will be even bigger, and it's always, you know, like going to the next level, you know.
Yeah. Is there a festival you would like to play?
Oh yeah,
Desert Fest.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that would be very reasonable for a band of our size and of our genre, of course. I mean, Desert Fest is hosted in various places in Belgium and Berlin and Greece, but they also have a very great festival, Desert Fest in Camden in London.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, one day we will go there.
Yeah, I earlier I was talking to another band, and they are playing Camden, Underworld, and it's I'm looking forward to going up there, because funny enough, I've never been to the Underworld, because I've been pretty much a lot of places, but I've never, for some strange reason, I've never been to Underworld. But
yeah,
definitely something which I want to experience and all that. It's
a great venue.
Yeah. Would have you thought about things like Bloodstock?
Well, yeah, it
Of
would
course,
be,
yeah.
would be great.
There are so many, you know, there's so many great festivals that, you know, we hope to play.
Yeah.
The bigger, the better. You know, and I think what we would focus on first, of course, would be smaller festivals that we know of and are fans of, like, you know, Freak Valley and Roadburn in Tilburg.
Yeah.
That's another festival, at least we would be very keen on playing. Seeing many great bands there, and also it's so nice to see smaller Icelandic bands, Icelandic metal bands, playing in festivals such as the ones I named, and many more, even going so far as playing in Roskilde in Denmark, which is a huge festival.
It's the thing is, the good thing about yourselves is your music is amazing. It's really, really good. So
thank you, sir.
You're going to be playing these big festivals. It's just like you said earlier, it's a lot of it at the moment is to do with COVID. That's why a lot of the questions which come about is about COVID, because each band has got a different story to say. And like you say about these big festivals, Kiss supposed to have headlined Download for the last 2 years. So something crops up, it gets postponed, and it's quite difficult, especially when you want to progress, but you know there's like there's obstacles in the way. because of festivals being postponed, they've got on other bands which were there prior. But your music is brilliant, so you're gonna be at these big festivals. It's about that time it is.
Yeah, thanks. I hope so, and you know, I think so.
Oh yeah.
We just have to start somewhere, which we have been doing. So it's just, you know,
Yeah.
just upwards from here.
Just
Well,
it haven't gotten the like the opportunity to tour after our album. We've always we've never toured after our release. So we're really looking forward to that too. You know, here's our album. We're gonna play it live for you. But you know, before we were like, can I listen to this? No, you can't.
I interviewed a band the other day, and they had released their debut album, and they've never played live because the pandemic kicked in. So they're like, they've waited 2 years to be able to go out and play any sort of live event. But it's the times I know at the moment, but it is coming back to normal anyway. So, but anyway, this has been a brilliant opportunity to speak to you, and I hope to see you in the UK very, very soon. And good luck.
Yeah, likewise.
And definitely see you soon.
Yeah, hope to see you soon, man.
Yeah, definitely. Take care, all right?
You too.
Thanks for the interview.
Okay.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.